Love your fall colors.
Thank
and
you.
you did not coordinate this look.
This was, subconsciously, I guess we did.
This is part of the magic. This is what you're going to get.
And lots of magic, and magic that you knew this guy could bring to the table. Because you were already committed to do it.
Yeah.
And you said, I know the guy.
I said it's got to be Brody because the character has to be so charming. Like, almost like annoyingly charming to pull off this role. And I was like, you guys got to look at Adam Brody because he's going to be the one, I promise. And thankfully we convinced him to do it, and I was so very pleased because I
hear
really
more
wanted to do it.
off camera. I want to hear about pushback. I want to hear about other names.
There wasn't a ton of
I wanna
pushback.
hear about
Was there
people
any?
who really
No.
wanted it? You know, I want to hear
There
about
were a lot of other people that wanted it, and there were contenders, but I was like,
No.
come on, get real.
I love too, well, speaking of real, I love too that you say that acting alongside Adam is like acting with a real person.
That's his magic. When you are in a scene with Adam, it doesn't feel like you're talking to someone who is scripted. It's an almost uncomfortable feeling.
Well, okay, go on.
No, it's almost uncomfortable that he just feels like he's talking to you, and there's like something behind his eyes that's very present.
I appreciate the compliment. I tend to feel like everybody at our level, so to speak, kind of does this. No,
absolutely
you think
not.
You kind of see people acting more.
No, I see the line about to come out of their mouth. Personally, and maybe
Sure.
I'm being too judgy. But with you, there's a sense.
I'm judgy.
There's a sense of creating it in the moment that you don't get with a lot of other people, and that's why I like acting with you.
Very nice.
Yeah,
I think because
keeps
I'm
you-
fidgety and I have to. It's a Goldblumism.
The fidgety might be a part of it. I'm not gonna lie, because you keep me on my toes, and I'm like, what's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do?
Yeah. How would you describe this project?
I don't know, a joy. I mean, I don't want to. Nobody cares about how much fun we have. I guess they do, but
Yeah, they do.
how easy it was. They don't care about that. But like it, I don't know. Kristen's attitude and warmth really, and I've had the ability to work with her a handful of times, permeates a set, and it's good to be in business with her. And we were filming with a bunch of great people. This was right after the strikes concluded, so everyone's so happy to be on set, everyone's so happy to have the job, and we're all making something we really like, close to our homes. It's kind of the dream. I don't know. I mean, obviously we want to mix it up, but I mean, in terms of a job, it's hard to get a better one.
Yeah, what do you know now about rabbis that you didn't know before? Because I read too that you grew up in the Jewish faith, but are not necessarily practicing today.
I a lot. I mean, a tidbit that I happened just literally one. This is boilerplate stuff, but I didn't know. But the Torah that sits in the resting place for the Torah in temples all around the world is always put in an area where it's facing Israel. It's always looking at Israel.
Yeah.
I hope I got that right.
Yeah, I hope so
I
too.
learned it in the Jewish quarter in the synagogue of Venice, Italy, last fall.
That's really nice.
No big deal.
Yeah. What do you love about your character?
I like what a mess my character is. I like the sort of paradox that she is, because she's so overly confident about everything, but inside has all of these vulnerabilities and sort of self-worth issues that don't really come to light until she meets someone that is seemingly perfect. I really like playing. I like playing the juxtaposition of those two things. I like when a character has a lot of like internal conflict, but it was also really fun to play someone kind of brazen and provocative, and think she's a little bit younger than she is.
Were those the qualities that attracted you to this role? Because you've been vocal about saying that you stepped back, and we haven't seen you in a little bit because you've been a mom and you've been tending to your kids.
Yeah, they're really needy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what attracts me to a role until I read it. I can't really articulate it, but I had taken a couple years off, and this came across my desk, and it just seemed so interesting. The stakes were so high, but it wasn't because of plot points. It was because of the the intimacy between these two characters, and there's something very interesting about people that have chemistry and want to be together when the world does not want them to.
Did you return to work a little different, having spent that time with your kids?
Yeah, I felt more whole, to be honest. Yeah.
That's really beautiful. You two worked together before. Famously in House of Lies, there was a scene that y'all did together that you have said was
this scene,
a threesome.
Our threesome.
Yeah. Tell us about that.
Well, Kristen was, I don't know, what month? Felt late.
8
We're
months
definitely
pregnant.
third trimester.
We were 13, baby. We were 45 pounds in.
Yeah. And and we had a sex scene. You're not playing someone pregnant.
No.
And so, we're all
Precarious
there together,
positions.
together. And then her stand-in came in for the wide shots.
Oh, that's how you did it.
Yeah.
That was the more awkward part
Yeah.
for myself and the stand-in, because we didn't know each other.
Yeah. Also, before we get out of here, September 22nd, 2004, Veronica Mars premiered this week, 20 years ago.
Really?
Wow.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
When you think back on that chapter of your life, what do you remember? Can you believe it's been 20 years?
I'm very grateful for that project. It allowed me to discover who I am and what I'm good at. It allowed me to discover my flow as a performer, and it was also the hardest job I have had to date. That was before the union was enforcing any real rules, and we were there for 17 hours a day. We shot in San Diego. We were driving home completely bleary-eyed. It was just such a hard, physically demanding shoot. I feel like because of the hours it took to make that show.
Procedurals too, in terms of dialogue, isn't it? Like, not that it's a procedural, but I mean,
Yeah, it was.
names, facts.
Totally. And you know what I used to do is take my sides and tape them to the computer. And so I'd sit at the computer and I would just be able to read it until the crew and I got very close very quickly, and we loved each other. And they would often prank me and take today's sides off and put like last week's sides on there. And I'd sit down and I would have to say, I'm so sorry, I'm not off book for this scene. If you could just give me 1 minute, and I can, because I have to switch my sides. So they exposed that I was a cheater.